Hello everyone and welcome back to Hytale. Update 4. We've had a whole bunch of things added to Hytale and I'm excited to show them off. Now, I did say that we were going to be continuing on with fixing up the railway system because Kazbek hadn't gotten this far, but we finished it not only on stream but off stream because it needed to be done before I could get to this week's build, which is a train station. But I do have some stuff to show you back home, so I'm going to go quickly back home, show you that, and then we're going to come back and hopefully after I've collected everything that I need for this build. So, as we all know, I had some completely different trees running along the edge of the river. And, well, with the new update, we finally got them. Willow trees, and there's such a brilliant looking blue that fits in so well with the new section that's just down there that is going to be worked on. But they're so beautiful looking. I love the dangly leaves that they have. The other thing is we did swap out, so we now have much better what are they called for tents? The tent area. It's now thin instead of being thick wool like they were before. But I think these willow trees fit so well. And if you're wondering specifically why I have put them like right by the river and kind of more in the swampy area, so here's the thing about willow trees. Willow trees are incredibly strong, and they really like wet areas. So you will generally see them around areas that swamp a lot, so a swampy area, or near a river. They are actually a tree that is used to create a sort of barrier for erosion. And I really love the thought that they have planted these trees specifically to stop the river from eroding away where these houses are. And I just think they're so magical looking. They're so wonderful. But I'm super happy that we can now have them. There's actually a bunch of trees now that we can have. And I would not mind showing them off to you. Okay, so here we are at the farmer's bench, specifically in the saplings area. Now, we could only get down to, I believe, the spruce? No, that doesn't feel right. I think these have been changed around a little bit, but we can get bamboo, apparently amber saplings? Didn't even know about that. Gumbow, camphor, ash, bayan. That's an interesting sounding tree. Pillow, stormbark, willow, frostwood, frozen spruce saplings. Okay. So I think we did have frozen saplings. Azure, which are the big blue trees. Blue fig sapling. Ooh. Maple saplings, redwood, spiral sapling. I don't know what that is, but I'm interested in looking at it. Cedar, wild wisteria. So we do now have, same as the willow, it's a green hanging leaf, same as the willow, and it's green. That's all it is. It's just green. Bottle tree, dry sapling, fire sapling, petrified pine sapling, and the palm sapling. So we can now grow palm trees to get our golden wood, which is so good because you need the wood at one point in time during this workbench because, oh boy. And trust me, it is hard to find, especially when you have not explored all that much. But the other things have come in the way of blocks, so we now have different blocks that will be going into the workers bench, including chalk. So let me just go and grab some chalk and we'll go back up and I'll show you what's going on there. Right, so here we are in the workers bench and here's our chalk and clay. So I believe clay, yep, so you can finally make use the clay to actually make things, which is really good. But I think if we put this in here, yeah. So now we get a brilliant blue roof. If you ever wanted to go ahead and have a blue roof, you can now do that. But there are some really nice looking blocks in here to do without chalk. So if you're a person who have gone ahead and you have gotten a lot of chalk and you didn't know what to do with it because it didn't have a crafting recipe, hey, look, now you've got a crafting recipe, so you can go ahead and enjoy that as much as you would like. I'm just gonna test this and see what it does. Oh, it makes another type of roof. That's kind of neat. I really like that. It's a really nice blue. But there is a whole bunch of different bricks and wood and things like that that we're going to be using on our specific build today. Well, this episode, I should say. And I'm going to be essentially using those instead. I have had to make a mock-up because it is a build that's going to take a lot of time, but I'm really happy about it. So I'm going to gather up those resources that I was talking about going and grabbing, and I'm gonna make my way over to the mountain, and we'll get that build marked out and sorted, and we'll start basically building it. So I will see you guys very shortly. Okay, so I've done a bit of work. I've planned out where the building is going. But here's a really fun thing. I was like, oh yeah, we've got this big tunnel down here, and I'm gonna come down here and mine everything that I need. I've run into somebody's home again under my build where I didn't plan this. I didn't know this was here. But here he is. He's got really nothing down here, but we have a basement dweller. Got anything interesting, buddy? No, not really. I swear to you, I did not plan this. I did not plan for there being a being down here. But we have got a guy living in the basement again. So, I'm gonna do some mining and stuff and get the resources needed to start building, but that's crazy that that's happened twice now. Because what's the chances of that happening? Okay, so I have been busy setting down the foundation of our build thus far, and I won't lie, I have forgotten how the build went, so I've had to bring it up on my other screen, or one of my other screens I should say, to attempt to try and get it to where I'm needing it to be. I'm really bad at remembering, hey, you gotta record things, because I'll just do them and then go, oh yeah, after the fact. But it's okay. I remembered, hey, I'm doing the platform. Quickly show everyone, hey, I'm doing the platform. I'm doing platform things and setting up the markers as to where everything is going. So I have gotten a few of the resources already set up. I've started creating a little thing. A box, brain, please. A box full of things that we're going to need, specifically the roofing. We're also going to need the white cloth so that we can place in some of the blocks. I've also grabbed a bunch of the hardwood so that we're able to actually build a lot of it. And down here I've also grabbed some of the marble and some more redwood just in case we need more of it for whatever else we're doing on the build. But I'm going to basically work on it, get the shell done in its entirety, including getting the roof and everything done. And then we will talk about what how the building's going to be set out and everything like that. So I will be back again for I don't know how manyth time now. I lied. I'm showing you how much I've gotten so far. Yay! So this is literally just how big the station is going to be. It's not very big. It has an entrance at both ends. I'm thinking of maybe opening this up because this is the only way to maybe get to there. I'm still trying to decide whether or not I do close this up because the building that I have originally built, it isn't blocked up, but I'm also thinking maybe for the sake of this, we do just go ahead and lock it up. So it's just kind of like a little room off to the side, and we have this here as like an exit. Still haven't made plans. As I'm working, I'm figuring things out, but yeah, I think this looks pretty good so far. There's still quite a fair bit to go, but I keep having to stop and sleep because I keep getting attacked by night terrors, so it's really fun. But yeah, no, I've gotten this far. I'm going to continue, hopefully get the other half done. Then I'll start on the roof and everything else. So, yay! Okay, and so the roof has been completed. Oh my god, this thing took me for friggin' ever. I think I spent maybe almost 2 hours doing the roof. So now the roof's completely done. Yay, I can now just put the windows in, and then it's mainly just details inside and outside of the building, including putting the railway in, and making some type of stop for at the end of the track. But, I won't lie, this is looking fairly good. Okay, so I have done a few little trimmings on the outside, including giving us some outside light, and that's sconce, and also our little blue lanterns that we're going to start weaving our lore into. So the way that I'm going to say that these lanterns are powered is literally by the soul tree, which is found underneath the mountain. The dwarves come here, they upkeep the soul lanterns, and basically it stays glowing. As soon as the light from these go out, it's like to warn that there's trouble in the area, because that generally means that a dwarf has not been able to come here to relight the lamps or anything like that. But I feel like this little area here is quite nice now. I am thinking of getting some barriers just to put along the edge here, just to kind of keep the wildlife on that side and the people safer on this side. It's also very normal to have barriers up around railways so that critters don't decide that they're going to walk onto the tracks, especially at a station. But yeah, I'm liking how this is looking so far. I've created us a little buffer at the end of these tracks, so we do have a way to stop the cart for now. We don't know if we're thinking of pushing it further to those far mountains or not, but as you can see, there is quite a large amount of buffer room if we want to. Also, I would like to say, because this is the first time I'm looking at the map, the map looks really nice. Like, really nice. I don't know if it got an upgrade or not, but for some reason it just looks really nice. I think it got a high quality upgrade. If it got a high quality upgrade, this is brilliant. I love it. It's so good. Me ranting about a map. Good God. But yeah, no, I'm going to continue polishing things up, making them look good. Hopefully I can put something pretty into these planter boxes just to make it look a little bit more nicer. I don't know what I'm going to stick in there, but I'll find something. I'll find something to put in there and then move on to the inside. I am going to be opening this up, so I'm also going to change this entrance up a little bit. I think I might just do something like that, just to make it more rounded, give it a little bit of a nice feeling. I don't know. I'll work on it. I'll most definitely work on it. But this inside needs to get done, and I need to sort it out so that we can, I guess, start on the next thing, which will be making us start on our paths towards the Dwarven town. Alrighty, and I've returned after doing a lot, and I mean a lot of work. So, here we are. We've done a bit of texturing. We've also added in some muck, I would guess is the best way to put it. It's meant to be like the building's been here for a good while, so there's a bit of a build up of moss and stuff like that. But inside is probably my favorite. It's all nice and quiet. It's quite soothing in here. Even got this little like waiting desk back here. We've got a kind of loft area up here, so you can look down. I will not lie, I quite like it up here. I'm also quite glad that I used this really good... Oh god, I'm trying to remember which wood it is, and it's not working out for me. I think it's either the redwood or it's hardwood. It's the lumberjack stuff anyway. Not lumberjack, sorry. Oh my gosh, I've forgotten what it's called. Tavern. It's the tavern window. But you might notice this piece here has changed quite a bit. I decided I wanted to push this out so that there was a fairly grand entrance into this area. So now we have a fairly grand entrance or exit, depends on which way you're coming in, I guess. But yeah, we have an exit / entrance into the rail system. So yeah, I think this is a very nicely done spot, essentially. Once we've got the carts going, I think we will be 100% ready to go. What I think I might do is I might end up putting all of the stuff that I've been using, so the bed and all of that, up into the loft area, so I have a secondary home just up here while I am working on our expanse. Now, going on the expanse, we have quite a good ways to get to where we need to be, which is over into this section right over here. And it's going to take a meandering path whatever way that the land is going. So this is going to be a very, very long thing for me to do. And it's going to take a while. So I don't think I'm going to do it all. Obviously, this episode, I still obviously need to go out, get resources and things like that for the pathway. But I most definitely can say I'm really excited to start on this because it's such a big project and I'm so happy and excited for the project. And there's no way for me to say it other than I'm super, super excited. So what I want to do is gather up everything I need for a road, which is meaning I'm going to probably look at getting some different types of dirt to use for paving. Not to mention that also getting gravel of different types and all of that. So I'm going to do that, get that going, and also put out a trail as to how I'm wanting to do the trail. Because that's going to be maybe one of the bigger things, is trying to sort out that trail and how it's going to go. So I might go through with wool first off and cut that track first. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So I will be back once I have collected everything and started everything going. Got everything going. Oh my gosh, words are difficult, apparently. Okay, so I have gathered a few resources to do the pathway. But here's a fun thing that I've only just found out. So apparently since the new patch, so patch 4, our no, it's not any of these benches. Our farmer's bench. There we go. Let me create this. Our farmer's bench has been changed. Now, I don't know if it's for the good or it's coming back or whatever. But our farmer's workbench only now goes to tier 8. It went to T10 before it and now only goes to T8, sorry. I looked up and I saw 1. So that's really unfortunate because that means that we are like missing out on all of the azure, crimson, and the yellow petals. I have now got 300 of each petal because you have to for tier 9 it was 100 of each colored petal, and then tier 10 was 200 of each tiered petal. So that's now no longer a thing that we can do, which is really unfortunate. It was something that I had put a lot of time and effort into, and now isn't a thing. Apart from that, normally we come into here and we are able to get different types of gravel. That is no longer a case. We can get gravel, but we cannot get mossy gravel. So mossy gravel is no longer a thing. I've had a talk with Kazbek, and we have both agreed, because it's only a cosmetic thing, mossy gravel can be creative put in, because it's ridiculous that we have lost this. But it also means that we have lost every other type of gravel for decorative purposes. I noticed that there were sands that are now gone. I'm kind of upset that some of our our grasses are gone as well, because there's the grass, the leafy soil, the wet grass, but I'm fairly certain that there was like frosted grass and everything like that, so that's now gone, which is really unfortunate. Yeah, I'm kind of upset about that. I don't know what needled soil. Oh, it's soil that's obviously has pine needles in it. Okay. So yeah, unfortunately, some of the blocks that were in the farmer's bench originally no longer there. So, in that case, we are going to creatively put them in until that gets rectified or anything like that. The other thing is I have now seen what some of these woods look like the storm bark and the spiral sapling. I will not be using the spiral sapling. It looks horrible. The only thing I want to get from there is literally the leaves, because it looks like hanging moss or like old man's beard, and that looks at least quite nice. But the tree itself is really horrible looking, so I'm not going to be using that wood. But that's okay, because we're not going to be using that wood anyway. So, anyway, but besides the point. Either way, we are going to be doing our pathway, because the pathway needs to be done. So, I'm going to spend some time doing the pathway over to where the town will be, and I'll count how many hours it's going to take me to get that pathway done, because I can tell you I'm going to be here for a long time to start off with. So I shall see you very shortly. Alright, it has been a few hours. And I have done the winding path. I have also added in a new lake, like I have said in a previous episode that I really wanted to do in that area. So we now have a beautiful pathway that takes us all the way to where the new town is going to be. Granted, it is a bit precarious. There are bears and other things that are along the way, but here is the new lake. I thought it would be a good idea to have a lake here, so I've painstakingly done this. Don't ask me how long it took me to do, because it took me a while to do. And that was even in... because unfortunately you still have to creatively put the water in. It still hasn't been made infinite yet, so... even in creative, this took a while to fill up. It was not fun. But our winding road, as it is, heads on all the way through. I have gone ahead and put a couple of cedar trees in here to kind of add to the amount of trees that we have here. Otherwise, it's just straight fir trees, and I would like the cedar to start being put into this area as well, so we're not just looking at the same green tree. But I have only gotten thus far. Reason being is we are literally right where the town needs to be. Well, is going to be, I should say. And in the way happens to be a lot of trees and everything like that. So, what I'm going to do is go ahead and get rid of all of the trees, save obviously all of the wood, and take some time for planning. Now, planning is going to take a good while to do, so I will not be surprised if I end up not putting an episode out next week, because it's a lot. It's a lot, especially for which houses are going where, how are they going to be built, where the town center is, and that's not even including what is inside the mountain, because inside the mountain is going to take a even longer time to do. But yeah, as you can see, I have done a pathway. It's still not properly rendering yet, but basically goes from here, comes down, it swoops around this edge here, comes through, and just meanders its way past the mountain up to where we are now. So yeah, it's gonna take a while to probably run around and cut all these trees down, but it's part of the deal. I decided that this is what was going to happen, so this is what's going to happen. And I did have a catch up with Kazbak, and yeah, with the unfortunate, the thing that's happening with the gravel, unfortunately, yeah, we are going to have to creatively bring in the mossy gravel, which kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. You can't do much about that. So yeah, I'm actually really happy with how this all looks. I'm still very wary, I should say, of the animals and things that are going to want to try and eat us up. But yeah, I will have to say I am really, really liking what we've done thus far. It's going to be a lot. It's definitely going to be a lot. But either way, we can do... I did not know that was a thing that we could do. Okay. But yes, no. Without further ado, thank you very much, everyone, for coming and having a look at this week's episode. And I am hoping that you did enjoy your time. This humongous thing took a lot of time to do, but I'm really proud of it. And, yeah. Kazbek saw it, and he thinks it's really cool, too. So, yeah, that's the main thing. But yes, thank you for coming and joining us. It has been fun, as always. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.